Three Rivers Athletic Conference, when it comes to girls basketball, it used to be like death and taxes. Every year you knew Notre Dame was going to win the league or share the title. Didn't happen last year. Central Catholic, you're defending champions as the Irish went undefeated last year. And Dion, they're loaded again this season.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, you got Emily Barrett, the shooting guard. Cornia Clay, the lefty. But they have an acquisition that can help out at that guard position. That's Jada Dame. She came over from Bowser. So whenever you have good guards, like you say, you always have a chance to win. But you know what? In the post, Brooklyn Vaughn. She was a lot to deal with last year. And if you can get the ball into her, she's going to be able to do so many things. I picked Central early because, obviously I think they have the most talent right now. The first 4 games are going to be missing their coach, but that's just, in my opinion, that's just window dressing. They're going to be fine. Trust me.
A lot of players back, a lot of key components back, to Coach Haney in her basketball team. One thing to watch with them, though, is they lost Bryn Hunt to graduation, and she was one of those. I mean, she got her accolades, as deservedly so, from coaches who had to deal with her night in and night out. But publicly, people maybe have overlooked her. But she was a matchup nightmare. She could take you inside. She could shoot the ball from the perimeter. Excellent rebounder. And then at the end of the ball game, she's the one that was icing the games from the free throw line as well. She's gone. So the great core, great nucleus coming back, for Central Catholic. But again, when you lose that go-to player, who's going to take that next step and be the lead individual who's going to have the ball in crunch time? I always like to see how that materializes throughout the season, but they definitely got a chance to make another run.
I think between Cornia and Brooklyn, I mean, I think, those guys were outstanding last year. So I think that question is going to be answered relatively quick.
Another subtraction from Central Catholic, Coach Kennard. He was assistant for Erica Haney last season. He stays in the track, though. He's over at Whitmer now.
Yeah, and he's got a nice nucleus to work with as well. Denny Lawrence, as a freshman last year, she just continued to evolve throughout the season. Was a great scorer, great ball handler, a tenacious defender. She's back. Sydney Bork can shoot the ball from the perimeter. She's back for her 3rd year of varsity basketball. And Jada Shaw, have an undersized post player, but effective. And she's back too. Now it's a matter of, again, who you're going to surround them with. Depth was an issue for them last year. And coming into the season, that's something that Coach Kennard's going to have to address.
I actually spoke with Coach Kennard, Malika, and she's helping out her dad over there, and she's excited. She said, we're going to be a little young. We're probably going to start off a little rough, but she really has some high expectations for the team as the season goes, as to get acclimated to the program and things like that. So watch out for Whitmer.
I think Notre Dame's a team to watch out for as well. Coach Galloway's looking great, and he's excited about the chemistry he has on this team.
He does. He's almost his entire roster back from a season ago, and I spent some time talking to him last night, and I said, how's it going? And he goes, really well. He goes, I'm very pleased with where we're at. And we'll kind of go through the roster a little bit. And what he said, the biggest difference from last year to this year is everybody that pretty much he had is back, but they now have a year of varsity basketball under their belt. Grace Van Sluten's gone, and that was an adjustment to see, to re-identify roles and whatnot. But everybody's back. He says everybody now, it's more of a dialed-in approach. The attention to detail and their competitiveness has been outstanding in the preseason. Now just a matter of doing it when the bright lights come on, because you got Central Catholic there, and then there's somebody else down the turnpike.
Let's talk about Fremont. Oh, well, go ahead.
I gotta say now, I think Notre Dame, they have one of the best two-way players in Dakota Smith.
Yeah.
She defends really well, fundamentally sound. She is mentally tough. She's going to play the other team's top scorer, no matter what the position is. So when you have a person that tenacious, they're always going to be tough. And yes, they have lost some players, but, your buddy always reloads, so they're going to be all right down there as well.
Yeah, Eagles are a little bit small, so that's going to be even more important to rely on those fundamentals. But as Brett was just alluding to, Fremont Ross, the last couple seasons, the conversation has been about the Little Giants youth. Well, they're not young anymore. Those players have now got plenty of experience.
Seasoned. Right, you got Destiny Robinson,
yes.
One of the more elite scorers in Northwest Ohio. You got Janiyah Holmes on the inside, Karma Johnson as well. A lot of veteran players, excellent scorers, and Coach Wanavela does an unbelievable job with that group. Got to remember this last year. We talked about Anthony Wayne and their state run, deservedly so. Start had a great run as well. Fremont Ross was the #1 seed in the district a season ago, so they're capable. They had a great year. They're capable of beating anybody. on their schedule. Just interested to see how how things shake out for them. And again, what we've all said is a very competitive Three Rivers Athletic Conference.
It'll be a fun time in the track as the girls basketball season underway, and we're already seeing some interesting outcomes in this early part of the season.